Did you know that the anti-aging market is due to expand to $120 billion by 2030? That is a crazy number, and I want us to be able to tap into that. So I have a great anti-aging body butter formula that's going to have real active ingredients that actually work and will really help with glowing skin and helping with anti-aging properties that are really great for the skin. Now, this isn't just about your face, but this is about your whole body and really helping to get rid of any wrinkles. So this is a really great formula if you're really wanting to get into the anti-aging market. So now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 sections. This is going to be our key ingredients for our butters, and then our key ingredients for oils, and the great active ingredients that are going to help really make this anti-aging. Now to start off, I do have my beeswax pre-measured, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to the double boiler. If you watched my last video on the 8 tricks of making body butter, I always state that you want to melt your beeswax first because it makes it a lot easier for everything else to melt down as well when your beeswax is melted first, because this takes the longest to melt down. Now, first up, we're going to start off with our butters that are going to enrich this body butter. Now, first I'm going to start off with mango butter. Now, mango butter is a really great butter here because this is going to be a softer butter that's not going to be too heavy on the skin. This is a lightweight butter that's also rich in vitamin A and vitamin E. With the vitamin A, this is going to be the source of retinol. So this is a really important ingredient that is going to help with skin elasticity. It's going to help with firming your skin and really getting rid of any fine lines and wrinkles. So this is a really important ingredient to have when it comes to any anti-aging products that you're trying to make. So we're going to start off with our mango butter. Now, next up is going to be kapakua butter. Now, this is a really great, more of like a medium soft butter. Again, I'm just using butters here that are going to be on the softer side, making this a nice light and fluffy body butter. So I'm going to be using the kapakua butter, and we're just going to add that in with the mango. Now, next up, we're going to be having East African shea butter. Now, this is a powerful ingredient when it comes to skin elasticity and just skin rejuvenation in general. Now, when it comes to East African shea butter, this is going to be a lot different from like the West African shea butter in the sense that it's really made up of compounds that actually are responsible for skin rejuvenation and skin elasticity. So this is a great ingredient in general that's going to help with anti-aging properties. Now, what's also really great is that it's also an anti-inflammatory as well. So this is going to help calm down any redness. This is going to help to calm down like any bloating or puffiness on the skin. It's a really great all-around butter that's going to really help be powerful in the anti-aging properties that we need for our body butter. Now, next up is going to be our cetyl alcohol. Now, this is really going to be here as a thickener and stabilizer for the body butter. When it comes to making body butter, you want to make sure that you're having some type of stabilizer within your formula, because this is going to help add more thickness without adding in any additional butters, but it's going to also just give you a nice luxury soft silky feel when it comes to your body butter. So now that we have everything measured out for the rest of the butters, we're going to melt it down with the rest of the beeswax. Okay, so as we're measuring out everything else, the beeswax melted perfectly. So we're just going to add everything else in here so that it can melt down all together. Now, we don't want to mess up what we've already melted with the beeswax, so we're just going to add in the butters a little by a little so that it tempers the beeswax so it doesn't harden after we add in the butters. So it just allows for it to make it an easier process for the butters to melt down properly. Formula for anti-aging body butter. I wanted to really get some great active ingredients and really research and see about great ingredients that will actually work. And these ingredients are really powerful, and they really do help with any anti-aging to prevent. Okay. Now that we have everything added, I'm just going to allow everything to melt down together. Okay, now let's get into the oils that are going to also be added for the anti-aging properties for this body butter. Now, as we melt everything down, we're going to measure all of these out now. So first off, we're going to have squalane oil. Now, this is a really great lightweight oil that's not too heavy on the skin. I don't want this body butter to be too heavy, so adding in squalane oil is really great and lightweight, and it really just makes the body butter feel a little bit more silky and smooth. So this is a really great oil. Let me know if this is something that you have tried. This is a new oil that I've come across, and I really love the way that it makes body butters feel. So let me know if you've tried squalane oil before. Now, the next oil is going to be argan oil. Now, argan oil is another great lightweight oil as well, and it's not going to be, again, too heavy on the skin. So it's a really great oil to use here. We're just going to use this at a small percentage because you don't want it to be too heavy and you want your butters to really shine here. Now, the key ingredient with our oils is going to be pomegranate seed oil. Now, this is a really awesome, powerful oil that is really high in omega-3s. It's about 60 to 80% of omega-3s, and so it's really great as far as being anti-inflammatory and antibacterial as well. This is a really great oil that is great for any sun damage that you have. So adding this along with your anti-aging properties is really great. It also helps with glowing skin as well. When you're looking at anti-aging, it's not just about getting rid of the fine lines and any wrinkles or trying to prevent any fine lines and wrinkles. It's also about having youthful, glowing looking skin as well. So that's going to come with the anti-aging properties. Okay, so now everything has melted down, so now we want everything to cool down properly. And since we already have our oils measured out, we're just going to wait for it to cool down a little bit more before we add it, because we don't want the heat to shock any of these oils that we have, and we don't need it to we don't need any of the butters to seize when we add in the cooler oils. Now you can add that into your fridge, or you can add it into the freezer to help the cool down process happen quicker. All right, so now everything has cooled down pretty well. I'm just going to scrape down the sides to make sure that's all cooling down together. And here at this point, I'm going to add in the oils that I have already measured out. Okay, now if you're a little impatient like me, you can go ahead and start to whip this a little bit so it can cool down a lot faster. Now, I know the whipping can seem a bit tedious and it just takes so long, but you want to always just whip it up in between it cooling down, because that will help it to cool down a lot faster and help you to kind of get those peaks happening a lot faster as well. Now, just by whipping it up a little bit, it just adds some more air to help it cool down. I'm just going to add it back to the fridge, and I'm just going to scrape down all the sides to make sure that it's not cooling down on the side, making it harder to whip. So I'm just going to scrape it down all the sides here. All right, so I took it out of the freezer again, and I'm just scraping down the sides a little bit before I start to whip it up again. But you can already see that it's starting to get like a nice silky smooth consistency already. So I just want to make sure that I'm really helping that process along by allowing to whip it every time that it freezes for about 15 to 20 minutes. And as you can see, we're already starting to get those really nice peaks. It's really starting to whip up very nicely. And we really want to get to this cool down phase, because this is where we're going to add in our great active ingredients for this anti-aging body butter. This is where we're going to add any preservative or vitamin E. So you want to make sure that you cool everything down in order to add those great ingredients. So now I'm kind of doing my final whipping. I find that when you allow for your body butter to whip up for a good like 12 minutes, that's when you really start to get like that nice silky smooth consistency that you see here. You want to make sure it's as nice and silky as possible, because once everything kind of cools down even more, your butter will get that more hard consistency that we're used to after it's done piping. So you just want to make sure that you're getting as much high peaks and as much air into it as possible to give it that nice fluffy consistency even after it begins to harden. So now we're going to be starting with our active ingredients that are going to be key in this body butter. All right, so first up, we're going to talk about CoQ10. Now, this is a really great, powerful ingredient. Now, I have it in this really small bottle, so it's really hard to get out, but this is a really great ingredient. A little bit goes a long way. You only use like 0.5 to 1% of this in your formulas, as it's really great orange color. Now, with the CoQ10, this plays a vital role in the production of ATP, which is an energy currency of cells. This increases the energy support that your cells need to repair and regenerate, leading to a more healthy, resilient skin. Now, also with CoQ10, it enhances the production of collagen, which is a key protein for maintaining firm and elastic skin. So this is really great for firm skin, more of like a healthy glow. Now, our next ingredient is going to be evening primrose. Now, this is a powerful addition to an anti-aging body butter. Its unique combination of GLA and antioxidants and skin-nourishing fatty acids really helps to combat dryness, improve skin elasticity, and reduces the sign of aging. So, incorporating this into your formula really elevates its moisturization and rejuvenating properties, making it more luxurious and effective in skincare solutions. All right, so next up we have oil-soluble vitamin C. Now this is really great for anti-aging because it has great stability and it allows for deep penetration for a more powerful antioxidant. And so it also stands out when it comes to your body butter because it improves the skin's texture, firmness, and radiance. Now, next up, I have vitamin E. Now, this is really crucial in any body butter because you really want to have that antioxidant properties within your body butter. Now, a lot of the ingredients in our body butter already have great antioxidants within it, but you just want that additional boost to really extend the shelf life of your product overall, making it last a lot longer and just have a better shelf life in general. So now we have all of these ingredients combined together, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to our cold whipped body butter. Now, you guys, I'm making sure I'm getting every single drop out of this container because I want to make sure I have everything in the body butter. You don't want to lose out on any of this. These are really expensive ingredients and a little bit goes a long way. You're not using a lot of it, but you want to make sure that you're getting all of that out and putting it into the body butter. And we're going to mix it up a little bit before we begin whipping because you want to just whip everything to make sure it's all contributed properly. And you will notice that with, the orange of the CoQ10, it kind of gives it a little bit more of like a light orange, almost like a greenish tint to the body butter. But I think it's a really pretty color. It's not too like harsh or anything like that. And you can still add in titanium dioxide, for example, to help get back that white color that you may want so that you can be able to add any additional colors to your body butter. Now look at this beautiful texture, you guys. It is so silky and smooth. It feels excellent on the skin. It just has a really, really nice texture. Now after you pipe it and everything, it's going to have like a little bit of like a hardened feel, but it's still very silky, still very airy. And I just love the way that this body butter came together overall. And what's really great is that we have oil soluble active ingredients that we can add to this body butter that is really going to make it great for anti-aging. A lot of times you feel like you have to make a cream or it has to be emulsified body butter in order for it to actually have the great active ingredients and for it to actually work, but you can get these great qualities in body butter. Now, if you want to learn some great tricks to have really great consistency and texture in your body butter, then watch this video here where I share with you tips I've learned over the years, and I'll catch you in the next one.